Let's get right to it. Sean Payton, the coach for the Saints, have not committed to return for the New Orleans Saints for the 2022 season. And when I read the article from Ian Rappaport, it goes into details that Sean Payton pretty much turned his phone off. He's been isolated just to himself and just to reflect. Now, one can argue that his reflection could be, hey, spending time with good old Jerry Jones. He still got a home over here in Texas. So we need to see what can happen down the line. Now, shout out to Mike Fisher. He's been reporting for this information about Sean Payton for a month now, right? That this relationship between Sean Payton and Jerry Jones will be the one, right? We all know that Sean Payton was the one that got away. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. The one that got away, right? You know, you always will have that in the back of your mind. What would life look like if I'd have stayed with such and such, right? So this is the situation. Sean Payton been coaching for the New Orleans Saints since 2006. It's been a long ride. Now, they got him a Super Bowl, right, with Drew Brees and everything. And one can argue that Drew Brees, before he met up with Sean Payton, was a guy that a lot of people would say, man, it's 50-50 with him, right? They draft Phillip Rivers, and Drew Brees had a choice. Do he go to Miami land, or do he go over here and play for the New Orleans Saints? And one thing that we can say about Sean Payton, he is that guy that can elevate the quarterbacks. Now, granted, I must say this right here. Tony Romo would not have been Tony Romo if it wasn't for Sean Payton. So if anybody, when you look at the collective picture, if anybody would like to see Sean Payton coaching on the sidelines with the silver and blue on, is Jerry Jones, right? Because we all know that Jerry Jones would have loved to see that relationship of the guy that found the quarterback for us in the mid-2000s, right? And pretty much stayed all the way for 14 years, basically. But neither here nor there. Sean Payton, if the Cowboys pull the trigger on him, if somehow the contract is like null and void, he goes into this mini retirement, he comes out of retirement, whatever it may be, because I think he still collectively is under contract, and I think that the Saints may do right by him and say, you know what, we will go ahead and honor you not to return and do away with you, what have you, just out of respect, right? I can tell you right now, it would not be a questioning, right? Whether or not should you keep Mike McCarthy and all of this stuff. Because this right here, like I said, the one that got away, Sean Payton on the sidelines, helping out this particular team. And somebody can also argue this right here, Cowboy Nation, that Sean Payton teams, when he had Drew Brees, it was pretty much one-sided, right? Powered offense, zero defense. I think the Cowboys is onto something, right? The defense looking like they're improving, and they improve, right? And I know Dan Quinn, he's gone. Whoever the defensive coordinator, we still got pieces in place, right? Some of the philosophy and the player skill set or talent to pretty much keep everything afloat. And granted, Dennis Allen's pretty much defense of the Saints last season was nothing to sneeze at, right? One can argue that, man, New Orleans Saints just didn't have a quarterback. If they had a quarterback, maybe, just maybe, they would have made it to at least the playoffs, right? Quarterback away. So I look at this particular situation and moment. If this is the situation that you grab Sean Payton and you place him over here, a whole lot of things going to change for the good. And newsflash, Jerry Jones, I believe wholeheartedly, even if Kellen Moore, hear me out, don't crucify me, Cowboy Nation, please don't shank me with the butter knife. But even if somehow in a strange world that Kellen Moore do not get an offer to go elsewhere, and you still reach out and you bring in Sean Payton, I think that you'll see an improvement. Because Sean Payton, he is not this beta male, right? He got that alpha male mentality. He's a coach's coach, and on top of that, he know how to make things go. He definitely will hold people accountable, and like I said once again, he know how to make things go. And the one that got away, not often you get a chance to re-entertain that. Case in point, Cowboy Nation, do you guys know the real reason why Jason Garrett was the guy for all of these years? Because of that guy, Sean Payton. Yeah, because of him. The Cowboys viewed Jason Garrett like, man, we are not finna make this, or we are not finna let this happen once again to us. No. Young coach, we scoop him up and we keep him. And that is exactly what happened. It backfired. Jason Garrett, Sean Payton, not the same person, right? And there were reports when the Saints played against the Cowboys. Man, Sean Payton tried to give it his all to let them know, hey, you should have figured it out. You should have figured it out, Jerry. So at this point, regardless of records, regardless of outcome of Sean Payton, of whatever he did with the Saints, would he be a strong candidate for the Cowboys? Would it be a situation where you give Mike McCarthy the boot and said, hey, man, we appreciate you for what you did for these 2 years, but, man, we can't let Sean Payton go again. That's the one that got away. So, like Ian Rappaport reported, Sean Payton did turn off his phone. He'd been isolated from everyone, right? Just on this pathway of just relaxing his mind, rejuvenating. Could it be Jerry Jones on the opposite end saying, hey, we need for you to come over here to help out this offense, help out this team in general, bring your philosophy, your scheme, your mindset. Let's get back to winning football. Now, hear me out. 12-5 is nothing to sneeze at, right? And I told people all the time, I tell people all the time, success is relative, right? 12-5 for the Jets or for the Jaguars, man, they having parades, right? They looking at the future. 12-5 for the Cowboys being one and done. It's nothing, right? But we just witnessed 2 teams being the number 1 seed in their respective conference, right? One and done. One and done. Yep, it can happen to anyone. So regardless of your skill set, whether or not you elite or not, anybody can be one and done. It's just that the narrative for the Cowboys sticks heavy on every headline. One and done, one and done. Anybody can be one and done, right? And I said this before. As good as Aaron Rodgers is, he only got 1 Super Bowl. As good as Drew Brees, he only got 1 Super Bowl. And this was the coach that coached Drew Brees, right? I would take 1 Super Bowl right about now, Cowboy Nation. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Come on, Sean Payton. Let's go. Let's get it. We'd like to see you over here with the silver and blue. Let me know. Sean Payton versus Mike McCarthy. Who would you like? Or would you like to see this program with Mike McCarthy play out? Let me know. Let me know.